Hey, what's up, fresh grads? Are you ready to break into the industry but you are confused with that resume thing? Well, my name is Suleiman, and today I'm going to give you some practical tips on how you can create a great resume. So, whether you want to be a software engineer, a data scientist, or AI engineer, having a good resume that showcases your skills and accomplishments and gives the recruiter a great idea about your projects is a great way on how you can get the recruiter's attention and how you can land your first dream job. So today I'm sharing 9 practical tips on how you can make and tweak your resume so that you land your job quickly and correctly. Let's get started. First thing first, keep it simple. A resume should be clean and it should be easy to read. So if you were thinking of adding that dancing font or having those designs of those bridges, of those scenes, or maybe some beach or whatever, well, a resume is not a place to showcase your Photoshop skills. You need to have a consistent fonts. Maybe you can choose something like Arial, Times New Roman, or Calibri font that are decent, that are able to elaborate more words or more context to the reviewer so that you don't lose their attention. Remember, a recruiter often spends around 10 seconds skimming through your resume. So if they do not see the right information and if they see all those designs and colors and those dancing fonts, they are most likely going to ignore your resume because they want to find the important stuff on your resume. So maybe for starters, you can start with a one-page resume and you can challenge yourself that you have to use one page of your resume and you have to write all your accomplishments, your projects, and all details that they may need. More on that later in this video. Tip number 2. Focus on the key information. Well, you don't need to write every detail about your life, about your preferences, about your aptitude or attitude right on your resume. Well, the recruiters will often appreciate the resumes that give the key information more succinctly, like your past internships, your past experience on working on some technology, if you are looking for a dream job, if you have any certifications, if you got engaged in any sort of community projects, and so on and so forth. They would not like that what color you like or what sort of car you drive. So don't try to put that information on your resume. Remember, keep it simple and give them the right information they want to see. Tip number 3, showcase the best projects that you have developed. As a computer science graduate, it's extremely important that you highlight all the projects that you have done and the projects that are critical or they were extremely helpful or they were very insightful for you to expand your knowledge. They should take the center stage of your resume. You should not speak casually about those projects, but actually you should try to elaborate what sort of impact those projects created, what sort of problems they solved, and how did you solve those problems. When you will give recruiters a chance to look at your past projects from the perspective of the achievements, then your resume is going to stand out from the crowd. Tip number 4, add a strong technical skills section. Well, this is the place for you to flex your coding muscles. Whether you worked on any programming language like C++, C#, Python, or Java, or you worked on any frameworks like ASP.NET, MVC, Django framework, Aurelia, or anything, or if you worked on any sort of proficient technologies, this is your place to add those in. Make sure that you group these into different groups, like keeping the programming languages in one section, keeping the frameworks in another section, and keeping the other technologies or the soft skills in the next section. This helps recruiters take a glance at your resume and see what sort of skills they are looking at so that they can easily find you from the crowd because most of the other people may not have those technical skills which you may have. Next tip. Well, let me guess. Looks like you're going to create one resume and you are going to apply to all the jobs in the world with that. Well, it is important that you have a solid skill set and you have a good technical experience in certain technologies. If you are looking for the roles and you are open for having more than one role, especially in cases if you are trying to do a career switch, you may want to be a web developer but you are also open to be a mobile developer if you have good experience in those sort of tools as well. In these cases, you should create two versions of your resume, where version 1 speaks about the web development and you can highlight your projects in web development in it, and the second resume you can keep for the mobile app development, where you can elaborate that you have worked in React Native as well or any sort of mobile framework, so that this will give you a distinct advantage. Because if a recruiter sees that one resume where at one place you say that you are good in the web development and you also say that you are also good in mobile development, it creates a sort of confusion in the recruiter's mind that you may not be good in either, right? So focusing on a resume that's tailored for each job will give you the best results. Next one, let your passion for technology shine you through. Whether you worked in any hackathons, in any internship programs, or in any side projects, explain them and elaborate why did you attended them and what sort of knowledge or the experience that you got from them. Because often recruiters would like to see someone who has a good caliber or they have good skills, so that they can understand that you are passionate about technology, and a passionate man is the best man that can be treated and that can be trusted, that they'll continue learning in future. Look, I know you are a pro in C++ or C#, but having good soft skills is of paramount importance. So do mention the skills like team management, being a leader in some projects. Maybe you are a team lead in any community project. Maybe you led a team of 2 to 3 developers and you solved some problem. Mention that experience. What that is going to help is recruiters will understand that you worked in sort of a team fashion where you got good skills and you are good in delivering projects. And they would not only consider you as a team member, but maybe they'll also consider you a leader right from the start. Next up, quantify your achievements. So wherever possible, try to give some numbers in your resume. Numbers add a succinct advantage to the recruiter's mind that, oh, you worked on a website that had 5,000 plus users, or you worked on a mobile application that utilized, let's say, 5 different APIs. Well, these numbers help in identifying yourself as a differential from the other resumes that the recruiter would have. Well, these numbers help the recruiter keep you in a different batch or in a different priority where the other people may not have put those numbers in. The numbers tell an important story on what level your work grew and what sort of results were achieved. So try to give possible numbers. For example, you worked on 3 projects in web development where 2 were full stack and 1 was in the front end. Try to mention it. Also try to mention some sort of statistics, like once you develop this project, maybe there was a prior version that was also available that had just 200 users, and with your contribution to that project, so the number of users grew from 200 to 10,000. That's a great achievement. So when you do that, when you create an application like that can handle that sort of load, it gives you a good advantage that you have also learned about the performance and optimization and also about deployment. So this is an important thing for you that you can add. Last but not least, proofread. Try to skim through your resume 2-3 times and you will be able to find a mistake at every pass. Once you are done with those reviews, try to share it with your peers or your friends and see what do they think and what sort of image they create when they read or skim that resume, because sometimes they may find some logical mistakes or maybe some typos that you may not notice. So these sort of reviews will help that your resume doesn't land in a dustbin. Last one but not the least, this is the bonus tip. So make sure that if you are using your resume in a digital format, you add the right LinkedIn, GitHub or Fiverr links on your resume. What they will help is that the recruiter will be able to skim or review those links and you will be placed in a priority A when they see your experiences. And that's it, folks. I hope that these tips will help you make a killer resume and you'll be able to get your dream job quickly. My name is Suleiman and let's sync in a next video with some new topic. Until then, goodbye.